Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's modern classic is a lovely example of the ever popular Ford XR2, and this is the second generation of the XR2, which they made up to 1989. And this one is, as I mentioned earlier, a lovely example which you could literally use as your daily driver, or you can keep it for best and pop it along to the car shows where it will be very warmly welcomed in this condition. Now the car itself actually looks as if it's done possibly a third of the miles. It's covered 80,000 miles, in fact 80,500, and when you have a look at just how good the bodywork is and the condition of the interior and so on and so forth, you'll really struggle to think that this car could have possibly covered 80,000 miles. But in my book, and I've been involved with classic cars a long time now, it usually shows that somebody has looked after this car properly. And well, certainly as I get close here, it's a XR2 Owners Club, or the XR Owners Club, and little details here. You see the car was supplied by the King's Motor Company in Nottingham, which corresponds with a very nice history that comes with the car. When I say nice history, all the original handbooks, including the service book, 3 keys, Ford keys, and some nice historic information on the car being looked after. It hasn't done very many miles in the last sort of handful of years, which has probably done it a favour to keep the mileage low, and it's probably why it's in such good condition. Now the XR2 was well loved. It was an iconic car from the 1980s, and we've only had this car here for a couple of days actually. It's just arrived, and even in the relatively short time, the local people that come and visit me, everyone seems to have an XR2 story. Very well loved car, and I think this one is sort of no exception in this colour scheme. I think white with the red stripe and those mouldings is just how we remember them. The car, these cars are 1.6 CVH engine, and by 87 they had the lean burn engine, which was very much the order of the day. Slightly better for the environment, of course. 96 brake horsepower, 5-speed gearbox, and in fact that 1600 CVH engine is exactly which was fitted in the Escort XR3 at the time. So in a Fiesta sized car, what weighs it's 870 kilos, I think these cars are. They are little pocket rockets. Now the top speed is 112 miles an hour, and 0 to 60 is just a touch over 10 seconds. So obviously they're not going to be leaving Ferraris behind, but that was a pretty adequate performance for a small lightweight car with a big engine back in the day. Now I've circled around this car a few times, and I want you to be able to, pause where you need to and have a look up close, and I'm going to attempt to do that with this video. What I always say is you really are best off coming and have a look at these cars, and I'm going to sort of show you in a slow walk around just how excellent the condition is. We're talking 80,000 miles, and this is a real survivor. Rock solid underneath, very clean under the engine bay. I'm just sort of showing you across the front there. Some minimal stone chips, those lovely original Ford spot lamps. I'm loving those dealer plates. Excellent set of matching low profile tyres on those classic pepper pot alloys. And when you see these inside, the sort of tweed hard wearing material, just have a look how lovely it is inside. Really good order through those seats. Let's just have a look in the back. Carpet's lovely and original. Really good headlining, a little bit dark, but I think you'll be able to pick it up. Fitted with a sunroof. Look at that lovely steering wheel. People used to pop their thumbs in there. Aftermarket stereo, it's a Kenwood CD hi-fi. Really good plastics in excellent order. So over 30 miles to the gallon from these cars, so they were pretty good with fuel. And I'm just trying to have a little look through my little notes I've made if there's anything else I need to tell you about. Well, other than the fact that having driven this car this morning prior to doing this video, I can certainly report that she drives absolutely perfectly with no issues at all whatsoever. She pulls strong and goes well, and this will delight you when you take this car out for a drive. They drive just as I remember them back in the day, and you will be delighted with this one. I'm going to try and swoop down the sides a little slowly, just so you can see the distinct lack of scratches and rust and dents and any of the issues that some of these cars can suffer. In fact, they weren't exactly rust free back in the day when they were new. So it just shows you how well this car's been looked after to look as good as this so many years later. As much as I really try my best by giving you a walk around video and taking high resolution photographs and describing these cars as best I can, I always urge you to make the effort to come and see these cars. I'm happy to answer some reasonable questions if you want to email in with any questions, but I strongly suggest before you make your investment into a classic car, come and have a look. I'm going to get in close under here, just give you an idea how nice and clean it is, rock solid underneath. Here at Bradley James Classics we have a classic car garage, skillful trained mechanics who understand classic cars really well, how to prepare them, how to make sure they are properly prepared for sale before we actually sell them. Having put this car through the mill, absolutely rock solid performer, starts on the key, and it will be a pleasure to own and drive, I can promise you that. Well, hope you've enjoyed having a look at this XR2 from 1987, 80,000 miles, absolutely lovely condition, very original, an absolute beauty. She's in stock now. Be quick, cars as good as this tend to stay in stock too long, so I suggest if you do want an XR2, I would take this one very seriously. I'd pop down and have a look while we've still got her, and I think you'll be very happy with your journey out, because this is a lovely example. Well, thanks folks, I appreciate your time looking around this lovely old XR2 with me, and look out for some photos. Thanks folks.